All right, so King of Nichols. This is one of those people who is too cowardly to come forward, too cowardly to speak up because she was afraid of being deported. Now, these people, I was harmed repeatedly because they were too cowardly to speak up, too cowardly to tell the truth, too cowardly. Should King be deported? Yeah, yeah, I'm fine with that. Go ahead, deport her. Deport everybody who is not Native American. Yes, Kinga is from Hungary. She was born in Hungary. She was not born in the United States. Her fear of being deported is a legitimate fear. And that's something through all of this where, well, obviously I put myself in other people's shoes who would never in a million years put themselves in mine. They make excuses why I must want it, need it, choose it, or fucking deserve it. No, I defended myself the only way that I could because nobody was defending me because I'm not black, because I'm not a woman, because I'm not a fucking junkie. I'm not the right color to have rights. I'm not the right gender to have rights. I don't look the right way to have rights. I'm going to show you a picture of King of Nichols. She lives in Boulder, Colorado. I just took this picture. The little picture is King of Nichols. The other picture, her name is Anna. I'm going to grab two of those conversations. I'm also going to grab the one from Tony DeStassi. I'm going to post them all three up here for y'all. Maybe you'll listen, maybe you won't. If you, as strangers, listen to these things, you've done more than any person I know in real life. Anyone. Matter of fact, if you look at these three videos, you've done more to find out what the fuck is going on than all of the people that I know in real life combined. Why is that? Because no matter what help they provided, they never, ever bothered to find out what was going on. Never. They tell me I just need to let it go. All right, fine, Kinga. You can stick up for black people, just like Neil, just like Darren. You pretend that you care, but when it comes down to it, someone that you know in real life is victimized and you turn a blind eye because he's not the right color. He's not the right gender. He's not the right age. Fuck you, Kinga. Just because you're a fucking coward doesn't mean that I deserve the punishment, you fucking coward. Here's what I want to see from Black Lives Matters. I want to hear Black Lives Matters do what it is that Muslims did after 9/11. Muslims all around the world spoke up about how wrong 9/11 was. While we talked about how evil all Muslims are. So you go to your channel. Type up the word Kinga. I guess we're going to have to go through it the old-fashioned way. How the hell do I have 868 subscribers? So I'm going to have to scroll through several thousand of them to find it. Although, really, it's only about a month back for the conversation with Kinga. Tell you what, I'll try Anna's first. During this, I'm busy having a severe panic attack. This one's with Tony DeStassi. See, they all tell me the same fucking bullshit. You tell this bullshit to a black person going through this shit, they're not going to be fucking happy either. You just need to let it go. You just need to let it go. When the police kill your loved ones, you just need to let it go. When they use the hospitals to murder your loved ones, you just need to let it go. When you're angry, you're a terrible person. When you lash out because of your loved ones being murdered, you need to just let it go. You just need to shut the fuck up. You don't like being treated that way? Neither do I. Who the fuck does? It is warm. It does smell like something dead, don't it? That's mostly just Chapel, Nebraska. I can still smell those fucking rotten onions. Yeah, there's a rotten onion smell. Oh, there's probably something dead around here. I brought 6 toads over here the other day, and I let them out in the backyard. But whatever it is that's dead, it's underneath that building. Fuck, dude, I wish somebody would fucking put a bullet in my goddamn head. I swear to fucking God. Oh, yeah. Apparently my life doesn't matter because I'm not black. And the thing is that all of these people who know me in real life are making excuses why it's okay for black people to do. It's apparently wrong for me to do those things when people do them to me repeatedly first. Meanwhile, all these people could have spoken up. All of these people were aware of my situation. All of these people knew that I was trying to get help, and not a goddamn one of them spoke up. Meanwhile, I stick up for Black lives. I stick up for the LGBT. I stick up for women. I have my whole life. I mean, how many people in this town have I fucking helped? Holy shit. I mean, I've helped people that you're related to. I've helped people that fucking shit. Half the people in this town I've fucking helped out. I've been to their houses to fucking fix stuff because they couldn't afford to hire somebody who come and do it right. I have had to ghetto rig their shit in the most fucked up ways just so that they could have water so they could fucking wash their clothes, fucking bathe their kids. I've helped women in this town move away from abusive relationships where they're being beaten the fuck up. I don't know, but I do know that if a woman's in that situation and you rescue her, if she goes back in 2 weeks because she's lonely, it's your fault. It's always your fault, and you're the bad guy because you helped her out when she asked. Because she's in love with him. Jesus fuck. And see, that's the other thing is that we train girls from a very young age to believe that way. Like, oh, he only hits you because he likes you. No, he hits you because he's a little fucking bastard who thought he could get away with it. You're right. Calling kids bastards is going too far. They might know who their daddy is. That's right. It also doesn't mean they're not bastards. My mom and dad were married when I was born, so I'm not a bastard.
One out of the bunch, so I ain't a bastard. Well, Code was kind of bland, but it was like mainly wanting Fox baby, like Mark and Rhonda were still married. And yeah, we wound up having Mark instead of Todd. So it was kind of bland.
God, dude, I fucking love Coda. Like, I've been sticking up for that little fucker since I first met him almost.
Stuck up for him, funny, but I don't know if that's the shit out of him. My little brother, I'm allowed.
He is your little brother, and I've heard him make fun of you for being straight.
Family, we're allowed that. Other people are bad. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm straight up trying to hold people off, and I almost got my ass beat sometimes. Get the fuck.
See, the only gay person in this town I ever actually almost got assaulted over was, Brandy Erb's cousin or nephew.
Aaron Urban?
Yeah. I was sticking up for him one day. He wasn't even there. I'm like, you know what? You guys you want to run around calling people fags, saying that fags deserve this and fags deserve that. I'm like, dude, he's not even 9 years old. What the fuck are you talking about hanging a 9-year-old for?
Character now, I don't hate him, judge him for it. He's definitely out there.
Yeah.
With all his drag queen shit. To me, it's cool. It's his thing.
Right. And see, most people in this town are exactly the opposite. Like, you don't mind seeing a dude in drag. I don't mind. Shit, I've dressed in drag.
I did it for Halloween once. But nowadays, that would have been distasteful since I'm not gay and I dress as a drag.
That is right. But also, you know what? At this point, that is showing support. If I can find a decent skirt and a nice top, I'll take a fucking picture of me in drag to support LGBT rights. I'm totally down with that.
Halloween or something fun, but support their rights. I wouldn't do it personally. I don't think that would be me effectively supporting.
Well,
support them by not bashing them, going along with a lot of stuff, but there's also things I don't support.
Yeah.
That's just personal.
But you still see them as human beings, and you still judge them based on, well, your character as well, not just theirs. That shows a lot in your character. Right? And see, that's how I am.
Never cause anybody any harm, live your life. Fuck. What more is there? What sums you up as a good person? Not harm anybody, not trying to hurt, degrade anybody. It's fine by me. We should take a nap and wear a little sydney later.
You probably should.
Need a new pair of pants, a bunch of cheap work shirts.
I went over to Stegemans. They gave me $20. I didn't do $20 worth of work because I can't physically do it, but I've been over there 4 times. I could have gotten that all done in one day before I hurt my back. Now I'm fucking like today. I should go over there. They're gonna pull a trailer out this weekend because we're knocking down the lilac bushes. So I'm gonna basically cut everything down except basically a curtain wall around the outside. And when they pull up the trailer, I'll just chop down the curtain wall right onto the trailer, and then we can stack everything up from there. No, they haven't. I really don't want to talk to Mr. Stegman until I have the money to actually do that. Especially with like a lot of the stuff that I've been dealing with since Natalie's death. They just take money away and don't tell me what it's for, and I have to try to live off of that. And with having myself up to low income again, like I got to make sure I pay them their 220 something bucks a month. And I don't get, it's not like I'm getting a bucks a month or anything. And then there's all the debts that I got. Like you're like the most decent as far as the debts go. You're letting me pay up over time, and I'm paying up, am I not? Yeah. And there's a lot of people that I still have to pay up. I mean, it's expensive to be falsely accused, and it wasn't just Natalie's murder that I was falsely accused of. I mean, I've been fucking dealing with being harassed and assaulted and having my life threatened over fucking stalking a girl I didn't stalk, molesting a girl I didn't molest, raping a girl I didn't molest, or raping a girl I didn't rape. And the whole time, she's not even a girl. She's a grown ass woman. And I look at all of these other people and I compare their situations with mine to see what the differences are, why these people are considered more human than me. And it all comes down to looks. I mean, even with Zayd Atkinson and Sammy Leon Lawrence IV, it's, well, you're so good looking, you're so attractive, you're so this, you're so that. I'm like, this got nothing to do with the case. But then again, it does, because it shows that people are fucking superficial as all hell. Between Kinga Nichols, who I'm currently fucking pissed off at, and Tony DeStassi and their friend Anna, who are all a part of that situation where my friend Danny was fucking killed behind the pedestrian shop. Shit, the cops covered that shit up like a motherfucker. And I have enough evidence from Kinga Nichols, from Tony DeStassi, and from Anna to actually convict several officers in Danny's death. They outright covered up the fact that they didn't do their job because he was homeless. He didn't matter. Yesterday, people are sending me fucking shit about this homeless guy that some black folks decided to throw fireworks on and light on fucking fire. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Well, of course they're not. Of course they're not fucking kidding me. I'm used to that. I know that CU students are going to come down and bash homeless people, and it's not a color thing. There are Asian people who go down there, and sure, they were born in the United States, most of them, but they got that Asian look, and they talk about, hey, people are racist against Asians, people are racist against blacks. And then we got Asian and black college students going down and beating up homeless because they know they can get away with it. They call it bum bashing. It's like, to these people, it's like going to the movies with your fucking girlfriend or playing fucking canasta with your granny. It's just sport. That's right. But if a black person does it, then it's magically okay because black people are more oppressed than everybody. And that's bullshit. Foster children and former foster children and the homeless are the top of every single list. Every single one. That was the Japanese when we put them in internment camps, but because they looked Asian. You're right. You're right. They're exactly, and that's fucking the Nebraska mentality. Like, all right, during the 1950s, when they came through with the bus and took everybody who was brown out of here, most of those people, those Spanish families, train, Those Hispanic families, many of them had been in this area since before the El Cazador sank. And the El Cazador, that means the hunter. That's a Spanish ship that was supposed to go from Mexico to Louisiana to shore up the economy there. When that ship sank 50 miles off the coast of Louisiana, the fucking Spanish economy here in the States, it fucking tanked. So they sold it to the French. Napoleon sold it to the United States to fund his war. And then we ended up with the Louisiana Purchase. But those buses came through. Anybody that was brown, whether they were Native American, Mexican from Mexico, or Hispanic from way the hell back in the day, it didn't matter. If you were brown, they put you on the fucking bus, they took you to Mexico. You know? We did the same thing with the Japanese with the internment camps. We didn't take them to Mexico. We locked them in internment camps. But the other, even Adolf Hitler, his idea, and also, what's his name? Fritz Saukel. Their ideas for the Dachau camps and Gusen 2 camps and the extermination camps, those all came from American chain gangs. And American chain gangs were created because of the 13th Amendment, which made it legal for anybody who was committing a crime to be used as a slave. And of course, all these black people who used to be slaves, now they're homeless. And homelessness, the South made that illegal immediately.
I gotta go take a shit. I'll be back out. Not too long, probably. Do that, or I'll take a nap right after I finish. I gotta keep moving or taking that one, but I definitely got shit first.
All right, you be safe. Let me read this. Kinga Nichols. Now, those of you who have been watching my videos, you have seen the conversation with Sheriff Scott DaCosta, where he says that it's not illegal for me to record these conversations. It's Nebraska. I can record whatever the fuck I want. Said, I did not give you my consent to record any conversation of mine, Sean. When you needed a place to sleep, I took you in, I fed you. I bought you slip-resistant shoes so you could work. Exactly. And I told the whole world that. These things that you did, all of these things before I hurt my back. All of these things before Natalie died. But when Natalie died, did you speak out about these things? Did you admit these things? No, you didn't. I admitted them. I admitted them. I admitted all of the things that you did for me. But you didn't. Not until now, because you're angry at me. And you're gonna throw a tantrum and a fucking hissy fit like a fucking child. Fuck you, Kinga. Fuck you, you backstabbing piece of shit. See, that's the thing, is that these things right here, who I was before I hurt my back, and who I have become afterwards, because I no longer mattered when I couldn't do things for people. Kinga, did you speak up about any of these things? Not until now. Why did it take you almost 3 fucking years to speak up? Well, your conversation is on here. Your conversation. You know why I made that conversation with you? Because those phones that had all of that evidence on it that you had spoken with me about and typed with me about, that phone was stolen and cops wouldn't do a goddamn thing. That guy that you were just posting up about, Elijah McClain, did you know him in person? Fuck no, you didn't. Did you know that I got the same fucking treatment as he did in Clearview, where they killed another man doing that? His name was Tibor Hatay. They also killed a woman doing that in Clearview. But you didn't know that, did you? Because you didn't fucking care. Between asking me and assuming that I'm wrong because cowards like Darren O'Connor, his conversations are on here too. Maybe instead of judging me based on what they said, maybe you take a look at the truth. Now that you and the things that you should have come forward with are out in the open, maybe you will stop being a fucking coward. Maybe you will stop being a racist. It's only wrong if it happens to a black person. Is that what you're saying, Kinga? It's all right if this happens to homeless people. I was good to everyone, and you fucking know it. And every one of you turned a blind eye. Every fucking one of you. If you'd have spoken up, I wouldn't have needed your fucking money. I had disability coming in because I am disabled. Do you know what that's like? Not being able to take care of yourself, not being able to defend yourself, not being able to protect yourself. And everything that you need to survive is taken away because crimes were committed against you. You want to talk about how I was cleared of the murder? You fucking moron! I've had over 40 court dates since they found her fucking killer. Over situations that all of you fucking cowards should have spoken up about. Maybe you go through here and you listen to the conversations with Katie Cahill. You listen to the conversations. You listen to the conversations with Mandy Hughes. You fucking coward. I didn't make you a fucking coward. You know what, Kinga? You're a fucking immigrant. You moved here from another fucking country. And I still stand up for your fucking rights. I still extol your virtues. But cowardice is not a virtue. Let's see. You go and share our conversation on YouTube. I reported it. That's fucking fine with me. Every one of these people have reported it. And none of them got what they wanted. None of them. It is not illegal to show the truth. It's only illegal to show the truth in a court of law. You didn't want to pay any attention to the abuse that I have had to go through nonstop for the last 3 goddamn years. Meanwhile, because you're friends with some of my fucking predators, I must be in the wrong. Fuck you. You never allowed me to defend myself, bitch. And I'm not calling you a bitch because you're a woman. I'm calling you a bitch like a prison bitch. You might as well be Christian. Turn a blind eye as long as it's not happening to you or yours. But then again, you will speak up for Black lives, but you won't speak up for people that you know in real life who have endured these same exact things. But it's fine because they didn't fucking kill me. I would love to trade places with Elijah. I would love for him to be alive and me to be dead. Because this right here that I'm going through is worse than death. Being stabbed in the back by cowards like you, cowards like Darren O'Connor, cowards like Neil DiMuccio. I shouldn't have had to record you fucking cowards. You looked away from harm against a disabled person because you didn't think it fucking mattered. Did you speak out for me the way that you did for Elijah? Fuck no, you didn't. Elijah is dead because you never spoke up. Doing this shit to a disabled person is just as fucked up as doing it to a black person. And we could have changed these laws years ago if you guys weren't such backstabbing cowards. Anyway, I replied to her, I don't need your consent. There are several conversations on here with cops where they state that explicitly. Kinga typed, I have sent you money throughout the years, and you have done this. I am appalled by your actions, backstabber. I spoke up. You guys can look back. All of these people, I extolled all of their virtues until they didn't keep their word, or until they helped others, but turned a blind eye to it happening to me. It's wrong if it happens to a black person in a house, but it's not wrong if you do it to somebody like me. King of Nichols, you're a fucking backstabber. Between finding out what was going on and just assuming that Darren O'Connor was the good guy, you proved what a piece of shit that you are. You proved what a piece of shit you are by not looking at evidence. Instead, you listened to slander against me by a racist piece of shit named Darren O'Connor. Fuck you, Kinga. You fucking piece of shit. Your actions, you not coming forward, resulted in me being railroaded in court repeatedly, resulted in me being victimized by police repeatedly. But you don't give a fuck, do you? Not unless it's happening to a black person in a house. Just like Darren O'Connor. Just like Black Lives Matters. You're a fucking racist. I typed, you're the backstabber. I extolled your virtues. I told the truth. I said you sent me money, but you never once spoke up until your pride was challenged. I didn't make these people cowards.